Okay.
Hey guys, and welcome to Tnashi's Movie Corner. And since it's October, I've decided that I'm going to fill this month with a lot more horror themed videos. So for this one, I decided to do The Ring, which came out in 2002 and was directed by, and forgive me if I get this wrong, but Gore Verbinski, and stars Naomi Watts and Martin Henderson and Brian Cox. And you know, if you don't know about this movie, it kind of starts off with, you know, typical teenager getting killed or whatever, but it becomes much more than that, because after this teenager dies, this character named Rachel Keller, who is played by Naomi Watts, she uncovers knowledge that not just this teenager died, but three others. And being an investigative reporter, she kind of tracks down this video, and that it supposedly has something to do with these kids dying, right? And she watches the video, and through that you have her now having 7 days to try to figure out how to stop something from killing her through this video. And that's just a very basic way of explaining this. I'm trying not to give away everything. I want to say up front, though, I loved this movie. I thought this was a great movie. Not just a horror movie, but it's a mystery movie, really. And the way it's brought together, first, visually it works. Okay, visually it's very cool. It's got a really kind of creepy feeling to it. Hans Zimmer actually did the kind of soundtrack for this movie, and you can always tell when he kind of becomes involved with movies, because he really puts his all into it, and you see that. But not only a mystery horror, but it's a bit of a thriller, and it's got a lot of suspense in it, and I really like the way that the suspense was carried out. The mystery itself, the tape, after she views the tape, you know, you get all these images that just seem kind of scattered about and just put there, but the images are important, and you know, she kind of tracks down the locations, and you know, just there's a lot of clues hidden within that tape. Cast was really good. I really liked Naomi Watts as the main character, Rachel. Martin Henderson as Noah did a good job too. You had David Dorfman as Aiden. Really good. You don't always get good kid actors, and you know, I think he definitely was. And of course, Brian Cox as Richard Morgan. And Brian Cox always delivers really solid performances, and pretty much every movie I've seen him in, he's done a really good job. I especially like him in X2, but I think he did a great job here. And like I said, so visually, the movie really works. It really helps establish the tone. The tape itself is disturbing when we get to watch it, you know, with Rachel, and you've got all these again, being a mystery, you're trying to kind of piece together stuff as the main character as Rachel is, and that's really good to have for a movie. You don't see that often, so I really appreciate that. Another thing too that you don't see often for horror movies is I actually really cared about these characters, and that just goes to great writing. And another thing is usually the motivation of the killer or spirit or what have you in these movies is not really developed. And in The Ring, though it's not fully developed, it is developed a lot more than I thought it would be, and I appreciate. And it actually comes in very clearly near the final sequence of the movie. You really get a good sense of why everything is happening. So that works out really well. And most horror movies set up for a sequel. It's kind of inevitable. This one, I buy it. I buy how the sequel is happening. I buy, the reasonings a lot more, and it makes sense when you look at the entire movie. It really does wrap up the movie in a really good way, and I'm very picky when it comes to horror movies. They're just, I like some of them, but they have to meet a lot of criteria, and this one has it because it's got the characters, it's got the music, it's got actual scares, but it's got mystery to it, and it's got a lot of suspense going for it, and it hit pretty much every note that I'm looking for in a good horror movie. And so for that reason, I'm gonna go high, and I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I feel like any less just would be a discredit to this movie. I think this movie really did deliver everything that I was wanting. My only perhaps minor gripe is there's not quite as much horror in it as what you would get in something else, and it is a horror movie, but the mystery and suspense and everything, and kind of the build up and the story, like everything works so well that I'm willing to give it a little slack for not quite having as much horror as I thought I would have. But anyway, guys, so yeah, really thrilled with this movie. I got it for $5 on Blu-ray on Amazon. So I recommend that if you enjoy these types of films, certainly go buy it. $5, you really can't beat it. And yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, because I really enjoyed it, and I think that you would too. Definitely one of my top favorite horror movies. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on it. What did you think? Go ahead and comment below and let me know. And hopefully you enjoyed this vid. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and watch my other vids. Like I said, I'll be doing quite a few horror movie reviews throughout this month. So look forward to that. Anyway, until next time, peace.